Hello, welcome to Pop Along RC, the RC car channel dedicated to RC car racing. And today something a little bit different for the channel. We have here my new project, which is the Tamiya Lunchbox. Now, if you saw the unboxing I did with Mark, you will know that there is a little bit of bling on this thing, and actually it was quite a pleasant build. So let's take a look at how it went. Okay, so what I thought it might be quite interesting to do is take a look at some of these parts. So obviously this is the original part, and then over here we have the Fastrax part. So this is FTTA 122B, and I can feel straight away that the weight difference is quite considerable to look at. The blue one does look so much nicer, considerably heavier as well. These are the hubs for the rear, and I'm replacing those ones with the FTTA 128B. Oh, they're nice, they do look nice. We've got the bolt and the pin there, but I know they're really nice, they are. We have got these, which are the steering arms, and I am going to be fitting these ones here, which are the FTA 120B. So we need to make these ones up, but again, the blue does look so nice. But here, again, very simple piece of plastic, and I am upgrading that one to this one here, and this is the FTTA 123B, and that is the lower suspension arm bulk brace. Again, nice, and some screws that go with that. And again, these arms, simple pieces of plastic, but again I'm upgrading those to the FTTA 121B, which is the alley arm set from Fastrax. Oh yes, they do look nice. Again, a little bit heavier than the originals. Another simple piece of plastic in the form of this, which is the motor mount, and I am upgrading to an aluminium motor mount, and this is the FTTA 127B. Nice. And that is the bulk of my bling parts. Actually, I've got one more piece, and we need this early on in the build, and this is the aluminium body mounts. So this is the FTTA 125B. Might as well take those out now. We've got a few nice little bits of bling to add to this car. As I mentioned in the previous video, we have got some bearings from rcbearings.co.uk, and it's time to get the manual out and get started on this build. Okay, so in the box you get the Mabuchi motor. This is a simple silver can, so you're looking at a 27 turn. But because I've got a few spare, I am actually going to put in this one here. This is a Core 21 motor, and I'm going to pop that in. So I'll go a little bit faster, so that's a 21 turn motor. We do like a bit of blue, look at that, lovely jubbly. So that now needs to go in there. So at this stage, we're pretty much done box stock, apart from the motor mount and the 21 turn motor, and obviously the shell mounts here, or body mounts. Everything is as stock, so you can see we've got the stock shocks there, and as they push up, really simple design that, fit for purpose, does what you need it to do. The wheelie bar here, super simple. Now I haven't yet attached the wires to the motor or the ESC. That's because I'm going to solder them directly in rather than using these connectors here that can melt. So I'm going to chop these down and I'm going to solder direct onto the motor. Okay, so when you look at the manual, these are to scale. These ones here are not to scale. However, what I have done, this is 48mm. This is 45mm, so when I've made that up, I have done it so it's a couple of mil longer than that. So that'll give me my 48mm for this one. And as for this one here, as you can see, I've got a little mark on the piece of paper. That is approximately the halfway point. As you can see, this is 60, so therefore the halfway point will equal 30. So if I stick that there, and again at the other side where they meet in the middle, means this one is about 30. Okay, so at step 15, this is where we're going to change ever so slightly. So obviously I'm not going to be running the plastic fantastic front end. I am going to be putting on the alley front end, and then in step 16, when we come to the front arms, again I'm coming with these ones here. Now as we can see in the build, you have to add these parts on, putting them in there, whereas with this we've already got the attachment, so I won't need to do that. So let's get on with the next bit. There we go, and there they are. So now these will get placed onto here. As you can see, a nice shiny blue bit at the front. So I have put some new wire onto the ESC, and I've also changed over to a Dean's connector here. So I am going to place that in there, feed the wire back through under the car, and then I'm going to attach it directly on to the motor so it's nice and clean, so I can get rid of these connectors. I'm going to take the wheel off, I'm going to cut these off and then pull the wire through direct onto the motor. That way it's all going to be really nice. By the looks of things, this lead just sits there, it's slightly shorter, and then the battery will come from here and attach straight on. So that's the next job. As we've mentioned many times before on the channel, the little red dot, sometimes it's a white dot, that is where you want to put the yellow wire, which means the blue wire is going to come over to this side. So let's get these cut off and solder on the motor. Nice and slick, keeps it nice and tidy, all good. So all in all, I'm really happy with how the build went together. Do you know what, for a simple build, which this is deemed. There were a few little fiddly bits actually. Believe it or not, one of the hardest things was actually putting the wheel nuts on, because the wheels are so deep. Trying to get the nut in without it falling out of the driver was quite frustrating. So radio, I've put the receiver in now. I haven't actually put a battery through this yet, but I will do soon. So what is the plan for the Lunchbox? The plan for this is actually to take it racing. Now, there is a local club nearby that races big wheel cars like this, like the Monster Beetle, like the Midnight Pumpkin, and I think it'll be a real good fun class to have a go at racing this. Yeah, do you know what? It makes me smile. It is a fun looking car. So stay tuned to see this thing in action.